Hey everybody, welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Let's Play. So we are in the thick of it immediately as this part begins because on top of stealing the atomic scissors from these machines, you can also get your first enemy skill from these guys, and that's Matra Magic.
Which is just a salvo of missiles.
Yeah, but I think it's magic.
It is magic, it's not elemental.
Non-elemental magic. And to learn an enemy skill, very much like blue magic, you have to get hit by the spell in question. Or at the very least experience it, because the spell can miss you and you can still learn it. It happens later in this part.
Okay, so...
And yeah, so there we go. Matra Magic is actually a really good non-elemental multi-target skill to have this early in the game. Enemy skill in general is just a godly material altogether.
It's a game breaker. I love it.
It rips the game in two, especially if you know what to learn, what proper skills at what time. And we're going to demonstrate it right now. I'm going to give I gave enemy skill to Tifa in the meantime because Cloud's already got physical attacks down because he's statistically the best character in the game.
One beautiful thing about Matra Magic is it being a command materia, it's not resistant on. It doesn't reduce your physical strength stat.
No.
While at the same time, it would help if you have more magic materia to boost the power of it. But enemy skills are already plenty strong.
You know, that's a good point. I never really thought about boosting, supplementing enemy skill with other magics just to boost the magic stat. You know, because I'm still in the mindset where everything is equipment-based, but not in 7 specifically because there's only 3 slots. Yeah. One for your weapon, one for an armor piece, and an accessory.
You really rotate your materials around. I have a strict set of materials on all of my 3 characters, and I rotate them as seen fit.
But that's the thing about materia, though. It's so universal. Not to the extent of to the extent of Magicite, because Magicite is anybody can equip anything. So
it's like there's no wrong combination.
No, well, to an extent, because the jump way ahead here. Well, not way ahead. We're going to see it in a couple of parts. I'm going to recruit you. I'm going to recruit Yuffie, and I swap out Barret with Yuffie because this early in the game, her magic stat is almost as good as Cloud's. So I switch her out. I switch her with Barret so that I can make her fundamentally like my magic user in the meantime, as long as my long range damage dealer too, and she's speedy because she's a ninja.
And then you get Vincent, who trumps her in the magic department.
Yeah, but it sucks everywhere else.
Of course, that's Vincent.
Are those bunny elephants?
They're just
yes, they are.
They're blue elephants. Means you're not drunk yet.
They're also meaning that these are also one of the few assholes that cast sadness.
Yeah. Shower induces water damage, but it also does inflict sadness. And again, sadness cuts your limit break growth, but it does also reduce damage taken to you by, I think, 33%.
Does it also reduce the damage output you do?
Yeah. Does it reduce damage? I don't know if it reduces damage that I do, but it reduces the damage you take at the cost of having a slower limit break. But, you know, that's not really the end of the world.
Right.
Because that extra defense can be really helpful, as I'll demonstrate later. Oh, Chocobo. I want to talk to the bird.
Quit!
No, not that hard.
Yeah, why don't you discuss Aristotle with it?
This is really fucking random.
It really is.
Watch us dance.
His hair reminds us of our people.
So you think you can ride this
Chocobo?
Don't. Oh, God almighty. I still love that from 13 too. It was like, okay, this is random as balls, and I'll fucking do it.
What's happening?
They're signaling the apocalypse. This is actually the dance that has to be done before they summon Meteor. Way to go, puppet.
Well, there is a Choco Meteor. You're absolutely right. I think, was it Final Fantasy Tactics?
10-2.
Now,
and 10-2 had Choco Meteor.
Now, if you take that dance and play it in reverse, it's telling you to join the Navy.
Yeah.
Summons are also a case of they don't reduce your physical strength. They only increase your magic, but they do reduce your HP.
Yeah.
Early on, it's like 1, 2, 2. Later on, it's like 5 and 10.
5 or 10%. Yeah, Bahamut is fucking guzzler of HP.
Bahamut Zero is a guzzler of HP. Regular Bahamut's like whatever.
My face, neck, and chin. But here's the thing, though. Summon materia not only have those stats that Matt also had in mind, but they also have an element tied to them too.
Right. So their elemental materia works with them.
Exactly. In the case of Chocomog is wind element,
which is very rare to find in this game.
Yeah.
You don't get another chop for that outside of Typhon, I believe.
Yeah, and that's so late game. So
I didn't play 6 before I played 7, so I was like, oh wow, this thing's new. And then I played 6, I was like, oh! Why does it have a face for an ass? How do you think Typhon shits?
It sneezes out of its ass.
Fungwa!
Yeah. Oh. Somebody was paid to animate that.
That's my magnum opus right there.
Anaerobic Sakaguchi is like, that's it. Can't capitalize on this. I'm done. Get Nomura.
Can't we just jack one of the chocobos?
There's no. Oh no, because those chocobos out in the stables are for somebody else.
Jack them. You're eco-terrorist. Fuck them.
We can't steal someone else's birds.
The fuck you can't.
I don't want to. So, all right.
fucking
So
puss.
we got a bit of a dilemma here. Our next destination is the Mithril Mines. Unfortunately, it's on the other end of this marsh. Now, you're thinking of why we just can't cross the marsh. Well, that's because there is a humongous snake in the marsh called the Midgar Zolom that likes to prey upon those stupid enough to try and walk across the marsh.
It also likes
So
to throw
there's-
out fire tornadoes.
So there's a giant snake called a gorgonzola.
No, Midgar Zolom, which is a mistranslation of Midgar Somer, which is an ancient dragon, a serpent-like dragon.
And a summon in 6.
Yeah, and a wait, was it a summon in 6?
Yeah, the Midgar Zolom.
Midgar Zolom wasn't 6?
Yeah.
Was it? I don't think it was. Anyway, so in order to safely cross the marsh, we have to get a chocobo. Unfortunately, there are no chocobos we can just rent out here in the chocobo stable, so we have to catch our own. And we do that by... we buy the Chocobo lore materia from the kid there, and Chocobo lore materia basically is just a single-purpose materia. You equip it, and it allows you to catch Chocobo in areas where you can see Chocobo tracks on the ground.
All right, Tifa, you got the lore. Get ready to get that chocobo. What's the point? They're just gonna run away anyway. God damn it, Tifa.
Midgar Zolom, also known as Tarato in earlier translations, is an Esper in Final Fantasy VI who can be acquired as a Magicite.
Oh, Midgar. Oh, the giant snake, Torado.
Yeah.
I took him as just a regular snake.
No, giant serpent, that's their reference.
Yeah. No, because Midgar Storm is usually a reference to a serpent dragon.
And I imagine a serpent that size would be a serpent dragon.
Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, you know what? I didn't immediately think of the GBA translation. I know him as Torado because that's what he was called in the Super Nintendo.
Wait, what the fuck is that times 3?
That no. Oh, the time. Well, that was me
up.
speeding up because I'm looking for these damn moves. Because this is where we're gonna get our next enemy skill.
Level 4 suicide.
Yeah. The problem with moves are an uncommon encounter in this area, though.
I find it easier to find them if you're hugging the marsh.
That's what I ended up moving around eventually.
Now they have sewer, which hurts. They
Yeah.
also do hot spring, which heals.
Yeah, really weird.
If level 4 suicide is successful, not only does it do critical damage to you, it minis you.
Yeah, but again, none of my characters are multiple level 4 at this point, so it misses. It's guaranteed to miss. But we want to
also
learn
throw
level.
rocks at our
Here's the
assholes.
thing, though. Level 4 suicide. To me, I've only ever used it to learn Chocobo.
Oh no, believe you me, if I pair it with sense and I find out you're weak to it, you're getting hit by it.
Sure, I would have to just for some reason the music didn't load here. I guess we won, guys.
Someone from out of nowhere brings a kazoo.
Yeah.
Oh, chocobo.
So here's the thing: there is only one Chocobo encounter in this game that has a level that's multiple of 16, multiple of 4, and that's the Chocobo that's paired with 2 blue elephants. So if you know that beforehand, you don't need to waste time sensing it. Here's the thing about Chocobo. Chocobo can only be learned from a Chocobo that level is multiple of 4. You have to cast level 4 Suicide after feeding it a Mimic Green. It has to be a Mimic Green. And this triggers the code until so you can cast Chocobuckle as a counter attack. So you give it the Mimic Green, it eats it, and then afterwards you cast level 4 Suicide on it, you damage it, and it will counter with Chocobuckle.
Chocobuckle is basically chicken knife.
Yeah, from Final Fantasy V.
The more you run away, the more damage it does. Don't care.
Yeah, this is just something I get for the sake of completing the enemy skill.
Yeah, because not for nothing, in the amount of time it takes you to power up Chocobuckle, you've got about 6 to 12 other ways to break the game.
Absolutely.
I love the chocobo theme in this one.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, my personal
mix.
favorite is
Electric
still-
Bay Chocobo.
Ooh, we got Fledgling Summoner.
Yeah.
Oh, Fat Chocobo. This is a thing. It's like, this is a 1 in 8 shot. I don't know the exact metrics or the exact numbers.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
rare.
just pulling on my ass.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 in 8 shot of heavy Chocobo coming down, which will just slam for all damage. It does more damage, but I'm not sure whether or not it still keeps the stop chance the Chocobo Mag Materia has.
And is it still Wind Elemental? I mean, it's a giant Chocobo ass. I think the wind's coming from a different place. But I'm not sure if it still keeps its
Chocobarts.
wind properties. But
You have all material on the hard edge, and it's not equipped to anything.
No, because at this point, no, I'm just getting ready to set up for my really risky and stupid fight because John wants beta as early as possible.
I just wait until I get the fire ring. I got time.
Yeah, no, it's like if I can do it now, Well, let me try at least. So we're gonna fight the snake. We're gonna fight Midgar Zolom. You are heavily encouraged not to do this early in the first playthrough.
I believe his name
Don't
is
do this.
Torado.
Don't do this for your first playthrough.
Yeah, it's pretty much it looks like relatively a more modernized yet similar sprite to the serpent.
Yeah. So Midgar Zolom hurts. So,
4,000 HP.
yeah, 4,000 HP. It's weak to poison, which is what we're going to be doing here for this battle. And basically, the way I have it set up now, because at this early level, I have not grinded at all. We need to do shit like this. Everybody's in the back row. I have used what's the one that induces sadness? Tranquilizers. I have everybody tranked. So that everybody's got sadness, so that reduces damage taken by everything Midgar Zolom does. Keep that in mind, because I'm in the back row, and his attacks still do like 150 or 155. So like in normal in the front row, that bitch is doing like 400 damage per bite, and that's no bueno. So basically what we're going to do here is
punch the shit out of a giant anaconda.
We're going to cast poison on him. We're going to hope for that to connect, because poison's going to be our main damage dealer, because he takes 2 ticks of damage every turn with active time battle on. Like, well, it's on active anyway. Use limit breaks at the start because they're already full. Why not? And then after you take about, I want to say 2,000 of his HP, or at least
he'll stand up.
He'll start standing up. Now, while he is standing up like that, that means that every time you physically attack him, there's a chance where he can just
eject your party member,
flick a party member away.
You don't want that on your enemy skill.
You do not want that, which has happened 6 fucking times.
Oh, damn!
This is not my first rodeo. This took me about 40 minutes to do. And there is a lot of... This is all just to get an enemy skill, like, as soon as it's available, because...
But it's essentially Fire 3.
Yeah, it's beta. Basically, when Midgar Zolom's HP reaches below 1,500, he will start countering with beta. And it has to be after a physical attack, because the bio damage ticks don't trigger it. So you have to physically, like, provoke him to cast a spell. So now I'm using Sense Materia to keep an eye on his HP and waiting to hit it below a certain level. Because what I'm trying to do here is that after it casts beta, everyone's gonna die except Cloud. Because Cloud not only has sadness and he's in the back row, he also has elemental fire on his armor, because beta is fire elemental, and that will help absorb the damage. And we need Cloud to survive beta and for Midgar Zolom to die immediately after the poison ticks. Otherwise, Midgar Zolom is going to follow up with a physical attack, and I fucking die as a result of it. And it's showtime. This means he's just about dead. Ow.
And so are you.
God damn.
Oh, he's still alive. Cloud.
Oh.
Jesus.
Finish him off, Cloud.
Also, you can morph him, and you get an X potion.
Oh, cool. I guess if you really need it.
And don't think you cleared yourself a path to the marsh. Another one shows up right after.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that, honest to God, the Midgar Zolom is indeed a summon.
Yeah.
Hey, Tifa. Was this supposed to happen when you met up with Sephiroth?
No! I'm on fire! There's birds everywhere!
And sticky icky.
Sticky icky.
They're on a marsh.
Interestingly enough, the attack from a monster named Blobber is sticky icky. Now, the thing is there's also another way you can go about this, and that's just like fight the Zolom, run away, fight, run.
Yeah,
you
because you're unless you run away.
Use the Guy Salt Greens, by the way, because it holds the Chocobo's attention for the longest time. Apparently, it's really hard to.
And they're also really cheap.
Oh, slow dance slows your characters down.
Yeah, unfortunate.
So
No.
that just means
too,
so like that just means the time meter just goes slower, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Oh no, it's finished.
Yeah, it's never really clear like whether or not the Chocobo's gonna bail on you as soon as it's like sees you hit somebody with it.
Yeah.
So I play 7. I just throw the greens as soon as he's done eating.
Exactly.
Let's give him a ghost hand.
Yeah. Don't touch my ass.
Cool.
And that's it. Kill all the
I
enemies
like to
surrounding the
imagine
Chocobo.
9 people riding one Chocobo.
Get on.
I want fan art of that. Is there fan art of 9 people, the 9 party members on one Chocobo?
I just want to see Ketchy ride one.
A cat riding a stuffed Chocobo, a stuffed Moogle riding a Chocobo.
Chocobo mug.
Son of a bitch. Didn't really think about that. Oh, cool. Sephiroth learned beta 2.
God damn.
That's what you're up against. Mm-hmm. Also, it's like, fuck, why did I suffer?
He left a note.
You know, here's funny
Fuck
though.
you,
It's
Cloud.
funny though. If 7 were released like in a post compilation of Final Fantasy 7 World, he wouldn't stick the tree trunk up the snake's ass. He just cut it in half with the sword. Considering what that motherfucker, vertically. Considering what that motherfucker does to the Junin cannon in a simulation, you know, he just cut the snake in half with the sword.
All right.
The tree trunk is just extra.
Welcome to Mystical Minds.
He would he would use the tree trunk to stab the snake and then slice it in half.
But he didn't do that with that case though.
But that's something he would do.
He is petty enough.
Yeah.
Arc Dragon in the back. Enemy skill Flamethrower. It's pretty much Fire 1? Or a little less than... It's
A little more.
A little more than Fire 1, a little less than Fire 2.
Yeah.
We're about the same now. A little less than Fire 2.
Yeah.
But again, it's early game. It's good fire magic. Go for it.
Yeah. I don't get it in this battle because I figured I want to show off Chocobo first. When you don't summon Fat Chocobo.
Also, whenever you do a summon, you're automatically locked in wait, and you can't insert any other commands. At least as far as my knowledge goes.
And again, Chocobo is Wind Elemental.
It also can land stop every now and again.
It's really rare that it gets stopped for me though. I guess I'm not sure what the percentage value on that.
And Chocobo is pretty cheap too, so.
Yeah, that's true. It's just good all-encompassing damage. Think about summon materia though. One use.
One use
per star level. Yes. So
2 use level 2, 3 use level 3, 4 use level 4, and infinite level 5.
Yeah.
On the other downside to summon materia is they take fucking forever to level up.
They really do.
You could probably, let me put it to you like this: when you get the Odin materia, if you're playing it at a regular pace, not going out of your way to grind or farm or anything, it'll probably still be level 1, if not 2, by the time you reach Junin.
Jesus. Anyway,
I think the dragons have ethers to steal too. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I don't remember. I think you could steal from them.
The flying dragons or these serpents?
The flying dragons.
The flying dragons. I don't know. I'm not stealing from them in this cave.
Yeah, they absorb fire too. So fuck you, beta, right? But 900 damage this early in the game. Nothing to sneeze at.
Nope. Beta can carry you through the entirety of disc 1. It's that powerful. Until you get 2 or 3 magic, anyway. 2 or 3 magic makes up for it. Assuming you have a pair to all and a good magic user.
Actually, it's still pretty good regardless. It can carry through 2 discs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think by the second disc, if you're not already dealing damage in a multitude of other ways.
Remember, magic also improves your enemy skill damage too.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're leveling up the other magic materials alongside it, you probably
Beta's only getting stronger. Yeah, I see what you mean. I just think by that point, there are also a multitude of other ways to dish out the damage if you don't feel like just using beta all over again, you know?
But if you don't know those ways, beta's still carrying you.
But if you don't know those ways, you're not... If you don't know those ways at this point in time, you're also probably not the person to get beta as early as possible.
Sources. Sure. One. You have to find... Yeah, these are the rare... These are modestly semi-rare encounters in here. You can steal the...
Grand Glove.
Grand Glove for them for Tifa.
Yoink.
I like how you did that without. I like how you did that without risking the
brain damage on the ball.
Yeah. Got it, clunk.
I don't got it.
She can no longer long division. Cloud, I can hear the planet.
I'm returning to the planet, Cloud.
Our brain certainly did.
No, my jawline's going back to the planet.
My mouth tastes like teeth.
I don't know what the fuck that's from.
My head feels like it's burning.
Oh.
It's suits.
Well, that's just rude.
It's the dorks. Do you know who I am?
No, I don't.
Do you know who I am? Was it Dorks? Turks.
I do like this little
Asshole.
quirk of Rude. Rude doesn't talk much.
Rude isn't one for words.
Yeah.
He lets his fist do the talking.
You can't have people right, but I put it negatively. Yeah.
Fist first, ask later.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like to think of it as kidnapping. I like to think of it as human trafficking.
It's not a hostage situation.
And we're here to put a red light to your actions.
I know you don't like what do you guys... Let me show you what we do. Ow!
Yeah, ow. What do the 5 fingers say to this?
I feel like Rue would be like one of those guys he gets asked like, "You're threatening me?" Grabs a soda can. No. Struggles to like actually squeeze the can.
Yeah.
Cloud, what is the sound of one hand clapping?
Oh, well, we're introduced to a new member of the Turks, and that's her
Elena.
up top here. This is Elena.
Who got promoted because Reno got put in the fucking
Yeah, I
hospital.
know. It's like that's how she's introduced. It was like thanks to your previous actions, like Reno's put out of action, but it's because of that I was even promoted to the Turks in the first place. So it's like, okay, I perfectly get what kind of character you're supposed to be in this. So
I guarantee you we're going to have a Turk boss fight in this dungeon in the remake.
oh yeah, I would absolutely see them doing
And again,
that.
I still have that fucking endless loop image of.
Oh, Rude Swinging
Yeah.
Cloud. My favorite thing about. So, for those that don't know, I made an animated loop of that last year when that was making the rounds of Rude Swinging Cloud endlessly. And to me, the funnier thing about that was Aerith is also in that loop, and her animations are repeatedly doing her like staff animation. One guy in the comments looked like she was repeatedly taking golf swings and missing the ball. It's like, damn it. Damn it. Damn.
Aerith is now 408 strokes over par.
She's returned to the planet with that hole she just dug for herself. God damn. Anyway, we're going to catch you guys next time. More Final Fantasy VII. Have a good night.